Hi guys, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be having a look at this Moto G71 5G smartphone. And as you can see guys, I have the smartphone with me, but I don't have the box. This is the initial sample, so I didn't get the box. But again, I have to say this is going to be one of the most important mid-range smartphones in this price range, and because of all the leaks, we actually know the pricing of this smartphone now. It will be sold in India via Flipkart for 18,999. And for that price, for what this is offering, this is a very good deal. Let me talk about it why. And of course guys, this also comes with an AMOLED screen. Again, it's a 5G smartphone. In fact, 5G bands, it supports 13 5G bands, which is the highest in this price range. Comes with the stock Android experience that you expect with Motorola, that AMOLED screen. But again guys, the big thing about this smartphone is this comes with a very new processor. That's the Snapdragon 695 5G. And guys, I was running some benchmarks and stuff. In fact, this processor is actually way powerful than many of the 7 series processor. In fact, it could be like closer to about 765. Let me actually talk a little bit about the processor first. And guys, as you can see from this screenshot, it's again an octa-core processor. That means 8-core processor. But the first two powerful cores are based on the ARM Cortex A78, which is a big deal because guys, in this price range, most of the chipsets that you see are generally ARM Cortex A76 and A77. So that's A78 significantly faster. And then we have that other 6 cores are the power efficient A55. And to give you an idea guys, again, here is a small chart that gives you an idea about the processor compared with some of the other processors. And as you can see, this is significantly better configuration than many of them. And in fact, coming to the GPU also, this one has the Adreno 619 GPU, but again, this is clocked the highest in this one. In fact, this is clocked at 975 megahertz, which is really high. And to give you a rough idea guys, again, you can also download these apps. So I'm showing you that one. If you have a mid-range smartphone, you can download these apps. For example, I installed this Geekbench 5 and PC Mark on this smartphone. And let me actually show you the benchmark scores. In fact, I was impressed with the benchmark scores. As you can see, Geekbench, we got a score of 671 in the single core, and multi-core 1922, which is actually pretty good. And I also ran PC Mark. You can also run this PC Mark on this, and as you can see, we got an overall score of 7,873, which is again a very good score. And this is the other scores that we got. So to give you an idea, this is a very good processor guys, and in fact I still don't get the naming conventions of Qualcomm. Now what they are doing, they call this the 695. This should have been named something like in the 7 series, but the performance, as you saw, is very good. In fact, I've been using this test sample for the last couple of days. The processor performs very well, I would say, and also it does not exhibit any heating on stuff. And because of the GPU, that's the Adreno 619 GPU clocked so high, this should be also very good for gaming. Again, now coming to this specific handset, let me give you a physical overview first, then we'll move on. And on the top, we have a secondary noise cancellation microphone on this one. It has actually dual microphones for noise cancelling. And over here we have the Google Assistant button on this one, a dedicated button they have given. And here we have the volume rockers and the power on off button. It's tactile, it's good. Bottom we have a speaker. It's a single speaker guys, no stereo speakers on this one. Main microphone, the Type-C port for charging. Fortunately, we get a 3.5mm headphone jack on this one. And here, if we go, here you have your SIM tray. Let me just open this up. By the way, guys, in India, this will be coming only in one configuration. That is 6 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of storage. And the RAM is LPDDR4 RAM. And again, as you can see, guys, no micro SD card expansion on this one. But again, if you notice, we have a rubber gasket because this is IP52 rated. So splash proof. So only one configuration, 6 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of storage. Again, guys, this one actually supports 13 bands of 5G. Here are the 5G bands, which is the highest in this range. So the configuration wise, it's very good. Now moving to the camera, guys, triple camera setup. The camera setup is again very close to the Moto G71. Again, we have the 50 megapixel main camera, then we have a 8 megapixel that's ultra wide. It also does the depth thing, so it combines with both. And we also have a 2 megapixel macro. The front facing is a punch punch hole kind of a thing, and this is a 16 megapixel. And guys, here are all the specs for your reference if you want to know the general stuff about this one. So overall the configuration is nice, and again this is also having an AMOLED screen, guys. So it's nice that Motorola is continuing with the AMOLED screen, but guys, this is a regular 60 hertz AMOLED screen, not that 90 or 120 hertz. And again, we have that stock Android, so no extra bloatware or stuff on this smartphone, so that's actually a nice thing, as you can see. So left you get your Google Pay and all those things. Clean Android experience that you are getting on this one. And here if I go, it's Android 11 still out of the box. I wished it came with Android 12. I asked the Motorola team, they said that the Android 12 update will be coming to the smartphone very soon. So that's what it is. I wished it came with Android 12, but yeah, this is what we have on this smartphone. And clean Android experience. This also has the Motorola's Think Shield security on this one, and also the Moto gestures like double chop to online twist to open the camera. So all those gestures that you find on Motorola smartphones are available on this smartphone. And coming to another thing that I noticed on this smartphone, this also has 3 CA aggregation. So 4G plus etc. you will get on this. Many people ask, does a smartphone have carrier aggregation? Yes, this has that. And in fact, this also has 4x4 MIMO support also. So in that aspect, it's good. In fact, if I remember, this also has NFC. Yes, this also has NFC. So I would say in terms of basics, what a normal user expects from a smartphone, they have given everything. Now let's also look at the speaker on this one. Let's just open, let's say, YouTube. So this is the speaker, guys. It's single over here, as you can see, but it's loud enough. So this is the speaker you're getting on this smartphone. And the battery life should be actually good on this one. Again, guys, back if you look at it, this looks like a glass finish, but this is not glass, guys. This is plastic finish. It's actually plastic and a combination, but gives a finish of the glass. Fingerprint scanner is here. The M logo is fingerprint. So let's look at it. And as you can see, it is really good. So, and another thing I completely forgot, guys, and this is a nice move. In the box, this will actually come with the Motorola's 33 watt fast charger. Generally, Motorola was only giving about 20-25 watt fast charger, but this one, we'll get a 33 watt fast charger in the box. So that's actually a nice thing. And in fact, this is having a 5000 milliamp hour battery. So the battery life should be very good because the processor is very efficient and it's based on 6 nanometer process. So in day-to-day activities, I did not notice any lagginess or anything. This is again initial testing, guys, and initial testing also the battery life looks to be good. So overall, I don't think so we'll have an issue regarding the battery life on this one. Moving to the camera setup, guys, the camera, as I've told you, is very close to the Moto G71, exactly the same setup that we have seen. And again, front facing is supposed to be 16. So it's the same camera interface that we have seen earlier also. So we have this 1x, then we have this ultra wide, and then we also have a macro lens. And macro, in fact, guys, you can even shoot videos in macro with this one. And you have the other modes like portrait, and all these other modes are available on this night mode, etc. And front facing is that 16 megapixel that you are getting. And here also you have quite a few modes like portrait. I've put like this. So let me do one thing. Let me actually show you some sample shots taken with this smartphone. Some samples with the rear facing camera, and as you can see, the 50 megapixel rear facing camera is actually doing a pretty good job. Now moving to human subjects, also human subject skin tones were produced well. These were taken in the normal mode. Now I invoke the portrait mode. The portrait mode is good, but I feel it's a little bit soft. Hopefully they improve it with the software update. To give you an example, this is the regular shot, and notice how sharp it came, and this was in the portrait bokeh mode. This is a regular shot, and this was in the ultra wide mode. Now moving to the 16 megapixel front facing camera, here I would say the front facing camera is doing a very good job. And now the front facing camera with the portrait mode, even in the portrait mode, I feel the front facing camera is doing a good job. So guys, this is the Moto G71 5G smartphone. So what do you guys think about this one? The Moto G51 was a pretty powerful smartphone, but that did not have an AMOLED screen. This one is having an AMOLED screen. Yes, I wished it came with a 90 Hertz one. This is a regular 61 Hertz, but again, the AMOLED screen quality is good. And another thing that I like is the AMOLED screen can go bright. It can go up to 700 nits. So that way, there also they did not compromise. So overall, I would say this looks like a very practical smartphone. It gets a lot of basics that you need, right? In fact, 13 bands of 5G also are available on this one. It's light, it has NFC, it has IP52. So overall, I would say this looks like a very practical and overall balanced smartphone. And certainly I will try to get the retail unit of this one and do a full review of this one very soon. But initial impressions, I'm very impressed with this Moto G71 5G. What do you guys think about the same? Do let me know in the comment section below. Anyways guys, that's it for now for this video. If you guys are not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Anyways guys, take care, catch you later.